going to do social media, who is going to track results, how many people are you going to employ, or which one of you will have which roles, right? I see there again all of you are from BC.
ಲಿಂಕನ್ನೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡಿ.
DNC. That is what is missing here. You guys have looked into, and again your entire presentation was completely focused on technical. It completely missed the real world setting. I felt that from a technical point of view, I would give you really good marks. But then you tell me, from a person who wants to invest, what have you told him?
Not as much as the
Correct.
that I would say.
And this number of funding required 5,000 is basically,
Yes, sir.
it doesn't make sense. Plus you're telling me your unit cost is 1,200.
Yes.
Your profit margin is 40%. You're going to sell it at 1,700,
Yes, sir.
right? Now you're talking about an industry which is ruled by giants, right? You're talking about you integrating this with companies like Hero Honda, TVS, and other bike companies, right? How is it for them to incorporate this on their own?
Actually, sir, this was a separate accessory. It's not.
So this
with
is
the
for
company.
the end user,
Yes, yes.
rider to buy this.
Yes, sir. So people can, instead of buying a new vehicle,
Okay.
existing vehicle, they can put it as an accessory and use it for safety reasons.
One final question from
Yeah.
you.
Yes, sir.
You're in Bangalore, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We know, sir.
You know the question. No?
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
This device is going to be red all the time.
Yes, sir.
An accident happens in a jiffy, right?
Exactly.
Someone will come from, because otherwise you're riding the bike, you have access to almost 180 degrees from your own eyes, right? If an accident is supposed to happen, it is going to happen really quick. So how is your product helpful in Bangalore?
Sir, we could say that it might prevent. This is a not. It will save a person. It is more like a prevention.
Prevention of what?
Accidents, collision, mostly collision, or
To add on top of it, I think I'm not fully convinced that a rider who is riding, by getting a notification or like a light blinking on the rear view side mirror would actually get alerted, because in the Bangalore traffic you will constantly have vehicles moving from your left, from your right, all around, and this would actually make as a distraction for the rider. So what I have in mind is, if you're okay with this, I'll pitch you a small improvement or idea. Instead of just using an Arduino sensor where previous vehicle is coming close by, have a camera integration, kind of a dash cam for your two-wheelers, so that whenever there is an accident or something which is happening, you don't need to have your SD cards, you don't need to invest multiple things. Just have it in a simple way that, say for example, target your Zomato and Swiggy delivery partners, right? On a daily basis, how many times are they at a risk of running a red light and then being hit with the traffic and stuff, right? So if you take this idea from an individual to a organization, from a B2C to B2B, and sell them this accessory that your rider can actually clip on this camera and say if there is an accident or if there is any mishap, so you will have a proof of that. So it will actually work out more rather than being a signal for vehicles coming in by. So I might be wrong. Why am I making this statement is, we already have this blind spot monitoring on four-wheelers. And what it does is, on the left mirror, it gives you a orange color pop-up. In all the high-end cars where you have 360-degree cameras, this is already done. But if you talk to the riders, because I have used this myself and I have spoken with other users, they say this is not something which helps them in a city like Bangalore. But if you are on a highway, if you are coasting at a normal speed and someone wishes past you, then that is where they might get alerted and they might be focused. But in a place like Bangalore, this is gonna be hitting hard all the time. So that is what the problem we see.
We don't even know who your target audience is.
definitely two-wheeler riders.
Where? From where?
Cruising bikes, sir. Cruising bikes.
Doing what? See, there are many types
Uh,
of bikes and
You
riders.
mean the passionate bikers who actually
Highway riders.
highway riders?
Not doing.
So the thing is, if you're targeting highway riders, right? They have this new concept of that 360-degree view which they have.
Yes.
So I at least know two ideas of from different colleges or from a different company where they are pitching of integrating object detection ULU model into the 360-degree camera. So that means instead of the sensor based where your distance between the rider and the vehicle is limited to the sensor radius, that is 5 to 10 meters, the AI model or the ULU object detection model, you're aware of that, right? So that is a video streaming model which can be implemented ULU on top of it, and then it will give you a prediction of very high speed vehicles which are approaching from a very far distance, where the physical hardware level things actually fail, right? So that is already being something which they are working in now. So that's the reason why I gave you an idea of, you know, like kind of incorporating cameras instead of the sensor, where you can have some sort of a bike cam kind of a device where it is pulling the power. Every architecture in your thing remains the same. Instead of the sensors that you're using and the blinkers that you're adding as a clip-on on the mirror, you can actually pass that feed into a storage device, or you can live stream only the critical events to the mobile phone. Say for example, when someone is actually coming very close, like 2 meters, 3 meters close, have a small snippet of the screenshot where you can gather information that like number plate and stuff. So that can actually add a more value add, because from my personal view, I will buy a what I can say, a dash cam as a source of truth and a preventive mechanism to prove that I'm innocent in a situation, rather than a particular clip-on where I can you know, put it on my bike and say none of the other guys might come and hit me because I have a blinker sensor working. Because you are not at risk of being hit in, right? Like, because you are going on your road, if there is another risk which is coming, you will be alerted, but the response time that you get will be like very short. Right. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's your team name?
C Pulse.
Thank you, team. Next, I call upon Lyra Kerr from RB College of Engineering.
Guys, about the time? It's 5 to. We can 6 plus 3. Correct? But finish it in 6. After 5 minutes, you can tell them 1 minute. Then we'll have a hard stop.
So team, what we can do is like we can stick to the important parts like TLDR. What does TLDR mean is like too long, don't read. Go to the exact pitch. What is exactly you're solving? What are you actually doing? How you are actually monitoring, and then with the business aspects like sir said, like what is the EBITDA or what your target audience is.
I'll try to keep it as quick as possible. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Yash and I'm from RB College of Engineering. Today I've come up solo and just a colleague here who's helping me out with the PPT changes. So we introduced today Project Aksha. So it was July 14th and my uncle's got a call from one of his patients. Amma is not breathing. He called. At that moment, my uncle told, do CPR quickly and call an ambulance immediately. After a few moments, he calls back. She's gone. At that moment, I was wondering if there was a way I could solve this problem and if there was something I could do to fix this. So we came across, while I was researching, I came across 45 lakh cases in India suffer sudden cardiac arrest every single year. And in this, only 3 in 100 survive. And the CPR is the only way we can solve this solution. and about 7 to 10% without sorry without CPR, 7 to 10% of the survival chances decrease every minute, and an ambulance takes about 10 to 15 minutes just to reach on the right time. And a person who's doing CPR, a person, a healthcare professional, or any person requires to do about 40 kgs of force every second on a person's chest. That's like doing CPR continuously until and unless your arm falls down. So, what if there was a device that could do anything, where a person didn't have to, get fatigued from doing CPR again and again? What if there was a device where anyone could use it, not just healthcare professionals at the time of emergency? So we introduced Rakshak.
This one is
Rakshak is a portable CPR machine, which can be put up on a person's chest, and then immediately CPR starts on that person's body. Okay. Yeah. So Rakshak is a portable CPR machine which has a closed loop mechanical system with about 5 to 6% of depth, which is following the industry standards for a CPR. Followed by it is going to be having a mouth-to-mouth ambu bag that's going to be put upon a person so that they get the oxygen at the time. And when a person CPR machine is turned on, an SOS signal is sent to everyone. Now you must be wondering, how can a normal person put the CPR machine on without messing up the location of the body? So for that, right now we don't have the camera system, but we plan to add a camera or a force-sensitive resistor that will detect where the heart is correctly placed, and then only the machine will start. So how it works, you simply strap it on, and this strap it on, start the machine, and it goes. That's about it. And so we validated our problem with about 50 healthcare professionals coming from nurses, emergency response units, from doctors, and from them we all told 3 things that were very common. They often feel low CPR awareness is amongst Indians. No one knows how to do CPR correctly. Followed by CPR fatigue that happens, like I mentioned earlier. When you keep doing it, your arm starts falling apart, and there's delay in emergency response with the ambulances. So I mentioned that there's going to be 40 kgs of force, but on my current demonstration it was like very slow. That was because we didn't have the correct shell that could incorporate and hold the 40 kgs and the speed that's supposed to do the CPR. So this is the entire speed that's supposed to handle the CPR that's going to be happening, and it's going to be like 100 compressions every minute, like 400 newtons every 100 times per minute. So you must be wondering, CPR machines exist. What sets us apart? So already automated CPR machines exist in Western nations like Lucas 3 and Autopulse. They are very expensive, first of all. Second, they were not designed to be used by anyone. They were designed to be used in hospitals and in ICU units, not by anyone, not your colleague who just collapsed in a office, not for a person in metro who needs help in the metro station in Chennai, not for a person who needs help in mall in Hyderabad. So what makes us different is Rakshak is not only affordable, it requires no training and can be used by anyone, anytime, everywhere. So you must be wondering, where would Rakshak live? Rakshak would live everywhere, anywhere where cardiac arrest can happen. That is malls, offices, public areas, apartments, airports. So coming to our business model, we have one price, one product for everyone. So currently the device sale, what we plan to do is for 80,000 rupees with an installation of 2,000, followed by an AMC that we are going to be charging is for 3,200. That is going to be required by every single company and the government organizations as part of the compliance, because of the internal battery and all the straps and everything that's going to be taken on top of. And we estimate a lifetime revenue of 1,20,000. Currently, this prototype is 18,000 rupees. We want to further develop it. The strap is not correctly made. We want to get a plastic holder that can put across the body. And currently, we want to sell it once we are done with the MV1 version of the product at 35,000 with a gross margin of 56%. And then once we start scaling it up at 22,000 with a 72%, we came up with these numbers because of the industry standards that we took with our other competition, which does the different thing. So coming to our market opportunity, so our firm is 2 crores for the coming 3 years, because we want to sell 225 units so that we have some kind of profits in the coming 3 years. Our SAM is 3,333 crore and our TAM is 21,000 crore. So our go-to-market strategy, since it's a medical grade device with a classification of B type, we'll be requiring a CDSCO Class B certification with an ISO 13485 certification and a full clinical trials at AIMS Delhi, followed by a Rakshak V1 built with a camera like I mentioned earlier. And we want to go with multiple government grants like BIS, BIPS, and we are currently pre-incorporated. So we want to get the incorporation part also done and some grants. And then we want to start off by selling these products to hospitals and the emergency healthcare sector so that they can validate it first, because they will be the best to validate it, not to the public person, because it can fracture your ribs because of the force that's required. So if in case something goes wrong, we have an emergency healthcare. Once the validation is done, we can go and put it in the public space.
Are we done?
Just 2 slides.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Just very quickly.
Yes. This is our scalability and growth chart. So CDSO, and we are going to estimate 8 crore revenue by 2030. And this is our SDG measurement. So we just want to impact about 20,000 lives by 2030. And coming to our team, my friend could not make it today because of family commitments. I'm Yash. I'm the CEO. I take care of the business finance kind of thing, business finance and strategy side of things right now. My friend Vineet, his father has a hospital over in Mangalore, and he takes care of the hardware side of things, and he's handling most of the medical exposure kind of things. And I forgot to mention one other thing. We have a provisional patent filed for this, and we have a letter of intent, not an official one, a non-official letter of intent, because we are not incorporated yet, with the Aster Hospital. And that's about it. So when a heart stops beating, every second starts counting. We are Lyra Care. Thank you so much.
I think you covered majority of the aspects. The moment you said artificial CPR, the first thing which I had written was Lucas. So that's the one which is tried, tested, and that's the one which is actually saving lives, right? Because in a country like India, where even though you get an ambulance, there is no trained professional who can actually do the CPR and bring you those initial moments. Because I have a close family member who has gone through cardiac arrest thrice, and he had a heart transplant, and he's still living. It's about a year, and he's on immunosuppressants and he's working in. So the third heart stop, the complete flatline happened in a hospital. So the response time from the nurse was like within 2 minutes. So there was no brain damage, there was no internal organ failure or blockade, and he was actually lucky enough because it happened inside a hospital. But for a person who is outside and who is actually undergoing a heart issue or a cardiac arrest, so this is actually a lifesaver, I would say. But the only drawbacks or the factors which I see is there is already AED devices, the defibrillators, which are actually placed in majority of the companies, IT companies, and at least in Google, all the security guards are actually trained for CPR at least 2 times a year. The moment they onboard, they are actually made to practice CPR and compressions, and it should. And I feel this is more of a humane-based thing where you are supposed to take care of the pressure as well as the sensor malfunction, and then, as you said, the chances of ribcage breaking and the more harm caused due to the device might also increase, because there are various conditions, right? Because in a country like India where elderly are little malnourished, and any breakage in the ribcage might actually lead to a more severe problem rather than this one. So I feel if you are already having a patent on the sensors as well as what should be the pressure should be, and what is the peak, and what should be the minimum pressure that should be applied, so I think that should be good. But is there a way in which you are planning to implement this? Because this is a life-saving device, no doubt, but how do you make it accessible for normal individuals, right? Say for example, if it's in an office space, not everyone will know where exactly to place it, how to fasten it, and then how to monitor your ECG as well as the EKG continuous things, where if it's a flat line, how it comes back to normalcy, right, and when it should stop. So how are you planning to implement that? Is it through sensor or is it through a projection or something? Because in the current AED that is being used at Google, it's top of the line model where it actually gives you an exact overview of where to actually put in the probes and then press in the starts, and it has all the details filled in. So there is another hologram model which has come up where you're just supposed to keep the the device on top of the patient, and it adjusts the frame of the person, whether he's wearing clothes, whether he's having a jacket on top, and other things, and it analyzes and sets the things. So these are the questions.
To answer all your questions, I'll start off with the AD aspect of things. There's a very big misconception that's often even shown in movies these days, that once a flat line is observed, you need an AED, the ones which should
The paddles.
yes, but that's not the way that's actually designed medically. Once you AED is an electrical defibrillator. Basically, your signals, your heart pulses start going in an abnormal manner, and at that point, to make it right, we use an AED sensor. But once you don't have any pulse, you need something to pump the heart. For that, we have Lyra. So once you have a flat line that you have seen, for that you can't use an AED sensor. You need a machine that pumps you actively. And so I think this machine sets AED at the very different aspects of the things that they do. And just like AEDs that are placed around different companies, we have priced it at a similar manner. Alongside that, you had mentioned about the person not being able to do it right. So what we will be doing is, we'll be having either we are researching on it right now. One is a camera sensor that we have little thought of. We'll be putting a camera sensor below the machine, so it will scan the body and it will only start working once you put it on the correct area. That is one thing. Apart from that, another thing that we are researching is something called the force sensitive resistors. So there will be 4 sensors. They will be put on your body. So the machine first checks where the real pressure of the heart is, and then only starts. And for this, we're going to be building 2 versions. One is for the hospitals, like the medical professionals, and one is for the public. Public cannot just simply start the machine and it goes. It will first detect whether everything is right, then only it will start. And for the hospitals, obviously they have the knowledge, so they can start it immediately. And about, I think I just remembered already.
Just one question from my end. What is your ask?
I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. So our ask is 85 lakhs for 15%. So I'll just break it down on how we are going to be taking this ask. So initially we'll be requiring CDSCO Class B certifications and all these certifications with clinical trials. So just given a breakdown with a buffer of 14 lakh that we want to keep so that we can have some cash for the upcoming development. And there's the manufacturing breakdown that we have.
Again, with multiple presentations today, I don't see a business model. That's something I'm seeing lacking every presentations today. Where is your model, right? Okay, you have a product, right? And you think that your product is the best in the world. It's separate. You have differentiated yourself. All of you are going through a low cost model, right? As I see, everyone is opting for low cost model. But then I do not see how this product you're going to place it in the market. Right? That reality I cannot see in your presentation. That is something that is missing. You got to work on that. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Lyra. We'll now take a break. Please make sure to visit the stalls in the quadrangle and support the local students entrepreneur there.
I request all the participants to assemble back at 2:15 sharp. And volunteers, please guide the guests to the podiums. You may take a break now.
Can we finish the other 2?
We'll finish it off.
Let's finish it off.
Rather than making them wait.
Wait, is the other 2 teams ready?
Let's finish it off. It went off board.
Can we finish it now? If you don't mind.
They're gone for that.
Okay, we have
Other team, ready? So one team has gone out for lunch, it seems.
Okay, the other one?
That one is the other 2 teams are ready.
If you can give your teammate a call and ask them to come back by around 15 minutes.
You also are there?
Yeah. Whoever is ready.
There's another team also. 3 teams. So 3 teams.
3 teams.
Okay, you are ready? Okay, after them you can do.
I call upon Chlorotech team to come and present.
That's a different story.
Good afternoon, sirs. Sir, can I present? Absolutely. Okay, sure. And my name is Sanjay, and he's my teammate, Mr. Manikandan. Before telling my idea, I want to start with the. My team name is Chlorotech. College is from IGNOU, IGNOU. NOU.
Shall I start your timer?
Sure. Yeah, before starting with my idea and the solution, I want to start with the problem statement. Yeah, this is one of the major problem statement that we are facing currently. The oxygen that is being inhaled in Delhi is already poisonous. Soon we are also gonna be in that race, there's no doubt. It's been from many days. The only solution is growing trees, reducing the carbon emissions. That is what we all talk about. But we know from how many years we are talking that and how it's being implemented also. The pollution is just being raising. Before showing my solution for this carbon emission, for this pollution, what solution am I gonna bring? Before that, I have a small question for you, sir. Can I know which is a major contributor of oxygen to our Earth? Yeah, actually, that is the answer I expected from you. Yeah, when it comes to general peoples, basically what they say, trees are the major contributor of oxygen. Actually, as you're aware about algae, I'm very happy that you'll be understand about my idea very well. So 70% of the oxygen is being produced by algae, right? So my idea will be implementing on. My solution is this one, introducing the smart algae panel. Basically an algae panel which will be working as an advertising display. I can proudly say nowhere advertising display have been introduced till now. This is the first time I will be introducing it as an advertising panel. Why it is important? We can know how our urban places becoming compact. My idea, first of all, I want to give you a clear statement. My idea is not to replace the trees. My idea is to bring these panels where trees can't be grown. And this one panel will be doing the work of 20 years mature tree, as you're aware about that, sir. And also I have the article and research paper about that. I can also give it to you for your reference also. That is a proof for my idea that an algae bioreactor, it's basically a bioreactor which will be working as a which will be working as a trees, but not as a replacement. It is to keep in a place where trees can be grown. Basically in highways, in the dividers, we may be seeing so many billboards, advertising billboards that can be replaced with algae panels, which will be helping us to reduce the carbon emission. This is my unique selling proposition, sir. Yeah, this is my unique selling proposition. Combines air purification and revenue generation. Works in compact urban spaces. Sir, if I want to just tell you, let's take an acre of land with trees, which is giving so much oxygen, which is going to reduce our carbon emission. There, we are just seeing an urban pollution, how it's urban population, how it's increasing. In that 1 acre of land, bringing in apartments and 2,000 families living there, does it make sense? Yes. When it comes to trees being there, when we focus on the development, we are cutting down the trees, we are going more modernized. At that time, still depending on trees in urban places is not a great idea, since we are being cultivating it for many days, growing trees, but we are seeing how pollution is rising. This will be one of the compact solution that can be implemented in the urban places. How it works? Basically, I don't need to explain much about it. You may be knowing about it. It's basically photosynthesis. Basically, photosynthesis is happening. What a tree does. Yeah.
Let's move to the easy answer.
Yes, sir. The technology used. I also have a prototype of it, a proof of concept. I'll be showing it in upcoming slide. And this will be the basic technologies that will be used in my panels. A photobioreactor concept. It will be completely solar powered, sir. It will be completely running with the help of solar energy. No external electricity will be used. LED lighting system. So just think about a panel which is glowing so bright green and advertising a particular brand. And I'll be talking about the revenue concept, how I'm going to earn from that also. When you see that, it will be looking like something futuristic object in a places, which will be giving a brand visibility better. And it's also contributing the goodness of the environment also. And these are the basic technologies that I'm going to use for that. And this is the implementation I'll be giving for all the panels. Basically, I want the panels to be work as a tree, how trees itself think and grows, itself take care. That is how the panels also gonna be, and it will be monitored by the team. Yeah, this is the visuals that I have in my brain, sir. This is the visual that I have in my mind. You can just see this metro. This one thing which is very interesting for me is when we come to the underground metros, basically their oxygen level is less. So basically they use external oxygen cylinders. At that places, if you are keeping the panels that is being growing with the help of grow lights, basically it will be doing the work of a tree. So there will be reduction of oxygen cylinders that can be used. So this can be working as a tree. So you can be seeing the visuals that is in my mind. This is how I want to bring it, the dividers, and you can see the places. Everywhere we no need to put expensive LED displays. In some places just transparent stickers, it will be in the subscription basis.
They go to the pitch part.
Yeah, sure.
This is fine. This is all technical.
Yeah.
Technical. Again.
Yeah, this is the important part I'm coming for. Yes, sir. First of all, my value proposition.
It's very clear.
Yes, sir. This is my complete value proposition that I've been research actually working with our mentors. One of our mentors discussing with him and only is doing it. And you can see it. I don't want to explain one by one. You can just have a look on it, sir.
Because it's actually visible, right? Like how we are taking it
Exactly, step by
approach.
step. Can I go to next
Yeah,
slide?
you can go to the next one.
My key resources, what and all I need. Proprietary Chlorotech brand. Sir, I will be having a centralized Chlorotech that is nothing but an algae cultivation unit. In that unit only I will be cultivating the algae. It's nothing so complicated, it's a simple thing to cultivate. In that cultivation unit itself, I will be having biofuel processing machines also. Why that biofuel processing machine? I'll just tell it in upcoming slides. I don't want to make it complicated, no?
Time is done. Time is done.
Okay, just 1 minute, sir.
1 minute.
Yeah,
Okay, 1 minute.
I'll go very fast. My key partners, sir. Just you can just have a look on my key partners. That is municipal corporations and smart city projects, advertising agency, and these are my and you can also see the biofuel processing partners. As due to time constraints, I'm just going fast.
It's fine. It's fine. Can
Yeah.
ask that in questions. Yeah.
Okay, done.
Next slide.
My customer segments. This is what I want to clearly tell you, sir.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well,
My
are you going
main-
to say anything else apart from this?
Yeah, sir. I just want to tell you one clear thing. You can just see, you can be seeing the visuals of the panels I shown. That panels algae will be once it is been cultivated, when it's become a green thick algae, it can be brought it back to my cultivation unit, and it can be processed into biofuels. I'll be processing into biofuels, and I will be selling it to biofuel bunks. Why I'm doing that in a sense? Anyway, my panel will be reducing the carbon emission. Again, the petroleum, diesel, again it's being polluting the air. When I'm also giving the biofuel will not cause carbon emission. So because of that, it's like a cycle, reducing the pollution as well as giving the biofuels, and it's working as a cycle. Hope you understood the concept. Yeah.
Your 1 minute is done.
Yes, sir. That's it. And these are some key activities. Next.
Can you go to your last slide?
Yeah, this is the revenue streams. I'll just stop with this slide.
Okay. Again, I don't see a
Yeah.
business model.
Are you going to charge only on the advertisements, or is it the RDA for farming that you mentioned about the biofuel ones? So those two are the business models?
Sir, my major business module, the first thing is why I told about biofuel is what I'll be doing about the algae. That's the thing I told about biofuel. But my primary business module is advertising displays, sir.
Okay.
Actually, it's coming in upcoming slide. Can I just show my previous
That's
slide?
fine. 1 point answer is
You
advertising.
can go to next slide if you
Yeah,
have.
if you have
I
next
just
slide.
have an important slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a cost. Here, what the actual business model is coming. So you can be seeing the commercial unit which have been put there. It will be depending on the sizes and the technology. Technology in the sense, for some displays, I'll be using holographic visuals, which will be like inside is visualizing. So basically, the brand which is being visualized, it will be showing that today's oxygen that is being contributed with the help of this X brand, one step better visual for that brand. So this commercial unit cost which I gave is not the exact cost, depends on the sizes, it depends on the locations, it depends on the things that I use, depends on the display that I use. And when it comes to my prototype, this has been developed and it's a working concept. I couldn't bring it here because it's complicated to bring it here and assemble, sir. And this is my prototype. This is a completely working prototype. I have a video of that. This is that video, just a 40-second video. Yeah, you can see the algae. I have been started with 4 liters. Now I have almost 30 liters of algae, sir. It's been cultivated by myself. And we can see the aroma that I'm showing. Inside that, I have been kept it like a door kind of.
So, I understand. What is it that you want? What is your ask?
So my ask is for the brands which is looking for advertisements. They are my targeted audience basically. So they displaying their panels.
One question I have.
Yeah.
You know, our civilization has seen algae for decades and centuries.
Correct.
Why this has not been commercialized till date?
Yeah, sir. Let me tell that, sir. That's a very good question. Actually, it is being used in many foreign countries. Even the article is about that, and it has been used as a bioreactor, sir. The shapes are like tube shaped. Hope you know that. That is been actually reducing the carbon emission. When it comes to this panel idea, that is a successful concept. That article I have been given. Why it have not been so popular in a sense? In India, no one are doing, but in foreign they are already doing it.
I have traveled across the world.
Okay.
gone to multiple airports.
Okay.
I've gone to multiple cities, all the
Yes.
top cities,
Yes.
from US all the way to towards the east and west.
Yes.
I've not seen a single signboard till date.
Sir, that is why I gave the article, sir. You can just go to the article.
My question, and
Yeah.
think,
I understand
Pause.
what you're telling.
I've traveled, I've not seen even a single one. Why?
Sir, the reason is they are not bringing it commercially, sir. That is the thing. What I
Why?
want to say. Because when we want to.
Why you?
Why me in a sense? Because, sir, now if someone is keeping the panel, there is no money coming inside. As I told, advertising display is the idea that I have been just think about. There is a strong revenue coming inside. That is why I'm bringing this panel also to the environment. So as no one have been, there is no idea to make money through these panels. That is how it is not been implemented. I guess so, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Just two questions. I'll
Yeah.
finish real quick.
So the first one is the advertisement part, which you're planning to make money out of, right? So one major hurdle which I see of is that it's already been sold off. So what I mean by that is that the bus stands and the road divider space, as well as the metro lines that you see, majority of the ad space is already sold out. For you to convince them to use algae